Hi guys, it's Leeky and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Leeky and I review a lot of activewear, so if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Today, I have another Gymshark haul. I haven't done one in a while, partly because I don't really like Gymshark stuff that much, but you know, every now and then I do check their website. Sometimes they have something. Now I actually did shop their Black Friday sale, so I ordered my package, or I placed my order on the 25th of November, and then it took them 13 days to ship, to actually ship it. And, you know, with Gymshark, at least here in Europe, you get free express shipping over a certain amount. And I was supposed to get free express shipping, so after they shipped it, 13 days after I ordered it, it still took like a whole week to get here, so no express shipping, nothing whatsoever. I mean, I didn't complain because I didn't pay for it, but still kind of disappointing, you know. And I think the 13 days, they had like in their emails, they talked about a maximum of 15 days to ship out stuff. And I know that was due to their sale, you know, everything was kind of slow, but still, it was like, usually Gymshark is fast. And this was all over like kind of a more disappointing situation because I was like, yeah, it'll come in time. I'll film something, you know, and then I can leave for Christmas and whatever, and now it just took forever. So yeah, anyway, so I bought a whole bunch of stuff from Gymshark, and we have some seamless stuff, we have some tops, some bottoms, leggings, sports bras, jackets, and like all kinds of stuff, you know, different things, things I tried before, different colorways, new things, cheap things, expensive things. So there's gonna be a range of things, and we'll start with some seamless stuff. So I've kind of just like, you know, we go through seamless first and then into the other items because Gymshark is more known for seamless stuff. So let's get started. I have some very, very bright orange for you here. This is the Gymshark Adapt Marl Seamless Sports Bra, VLT in Pepper Red Zesty Orange. So it's marled, as the name already says. I really like the color, and it's like kind of this double look sports bra. So you have a whole layer here, which is, by the way, not as mild as the top layer. So this is like just a tiny bit mild, and then you have like the whole mild part here. And this part has the removable cup pads. It has a slight V, and then it also feels very softer than this part. But yeah, I do like the mild color. We do have just straight across lines here on the top layer, and then both of them have like thin spaghetti straps. And in the back, you have some like strap action going on. Then you have some plastic rings here as well. And I'm surprised this is the logo. There's nothing in the back here. Very non-Gymshark-esque. Maybe because usually they put their logo on like fabric here, and since it's very strappy, they don't have a fabric there. I don't know. We have a ripped band underneath the chest. And yeah, all in all, it's not like the worst seamless fabric. Feels quite okay. But I will say that the second layer feels much softer, for sure. And yeah, see, the thing is also with like this double layering here, it feels like it wants to scream supportive, but then you see the strap situation as like no, so very conflicting here. But let's not talk about it much more. Let's just see it on. All right, we're starting off with bright orange to lift our mood. I feel like a grapefruit right now. You know, I feel like it's even more orange than that, right? So it's like, I don't know. It's a very bright neon orange. But let's talk about the sports bra. So this is one of these that has like these double layers. So underneath you have basically like full-on sports bra. This one is actually a much softer material than the top material. So I kind of wish like this was the material for the whole thing. Because yeah, you can kind of really tell that it's a little bit more structured, a little bit more scratchy. And I don't like that one so much, but yeah, you have like a slight V on this one, removable cup pads in that one as well. And then they just added like a top layer Gymshark logo, double straps, and it's a bit more long lined. You have this ripped band here, so you're tucked in, and then in the back, you have a little bit of a strappy action, but not too much. And you have like this plastic ring there as well. But yeah, like nothing is adjustable. There's just like a little bit of plastic like rings going on. And support wise, I would say it's a medium support for me. I find this one fits a little bit tighter than some other Gymshark sportswear I've tried before. So I would definitely say if you're in between, you should probably go up a size. But yeah, I mean, support-wise, it's nice. But yeah, I don't like the top material as much. It's a little bit scratchy. I do like how it's a little bit marl, so you have like a little bit of lighter orange and then the darker orange. And I can also kind of feel like it's a little bit scratchy here under my armpits. Like it's not cutting in, but like my arms are rubbing up against the material a little bit and I can feel it, you know? So yeah, all in all, I mean, it's a little bit more functional than if you just had the lower level, the lower sports bra basically. And this way you kind of have 3 layers. So I also would think if you don't like the cup hats and you take them out, there's still probably a good amount of coverage going on. But yeah, this lower material, the bottom bra basically, it's so much softer and it would be nice. And yeah, I mean the straps are still just like 2 thin straps, right? So I don't know. Not my favorite, not the worst I've seen. I like the color for sure though. Alright, of course I had to have a matchy moment, so we have the Adapt Marl seamless leggings here in pepper red zesty orange. So again, you have like this orange, light orange, darker orange Marl print on here. Same fabric as that top layer of the sports bra. No front seam, Gymshark logo, wide ribbed waistband here. The waistband feels quite compressive and the rest of the fabric feels quite stretchy. A little bit like structured and a little bit scratchy maybe as well. Not my absolute favorite. It also feels quite thick, like more like knitwear in a way. And then in the back here we only have a fake seam here for some glute separation, but otherwise like there's no detailing, like nothing really under the glutes, nothing here to kind of give you like this triangle. So nothing really to help you shape the glutes there. Yes, the fake seam is there, but it's not really, like, I don't really know if it does much, you know? I mean, I appreciate the thought, but that's kind of it. And again, no Gymshark written anywhere, just this logo. I'm surprised. Because here there's definitely a bit more space, and usually, like, they put something on the calf or something, but there's not an extensive amount of logoing. What's going on with Gymshark? Are they okay? Yeah. But all in all, I mean, it's just like a very basic legging. I think really the favorite part is the color, how this is marled, how these 2 orange colors kind of harmonize together, how they go together, you know. That's kind of my favorite thing about this. But let's just see it on. All right, onto these leggings. Very, very bright orange again. We have no front seam, obviously, since they're seamless. This wide waistband here. It comes high-waisted enough, Gymshark logo, and then in the back you don't have any glute detailing whatsoever. There's like this fake seam in the back, and that's kind of it. So nothing to lift, but also nothing to cut in at least. So that's also always nice, because sometimes when they put stuff on there, it's like a little bit restricting. And we do have the silicone Gymshark logo here, and I mean, I already can feel like it's starting to peel off a little bit. So yeah, but again, I don't really need it on there. Lengthwise, it's a little bit shorter than a 7/8 length, so if you're tall, maybe not the perfect length for you. And I will say that, you know, there's a decent amount of compression in the waistband. There is also a decent amount of compression in the fabric itself, and it's a little bit rough. It's like very textured, and it reminds me of like some knitwear. And it's just a tiny bit scratchy, you know? It's not as bad as some previous Gymshark items that I've tried, but it's not my absolute favorite. And yeah, I mean, the fact also that they're like lengthwise not, like I said, they're definitely a little bit shorter than my preferred length. They don't have anything like flattering going on the back, which I usually don't mind too much, but you know, it's also not like I said, the material is just not my favorite, which is unfortunate because I think the color is very, very fun. They're also a little bit thicker than, like, let's say the Vital Seamless, for example, I think is a little bit thinner, but this one is definitely a little bit thicker, maybe not as thick as the Animal Seamless, but it's kind of getting there. So good for winter, but yeah, just not, I don't know. I like the Marl though. I like how there's light orange and dark orange, but I'm just, you know, not the biggest fan of the material itself. I do like how they fit. I like the compression up here, but yeah, it's just not enough to convince me, if that makes sense. Alright, I couldn't be doing a Gymshark haul and talk about seamless items without the Vital 2.0 seamless items, you know. And they did have a new sports bra that I saw on their website. So this is a new sports bra for the Vital Seamless 2.0 line. So this is the Vital Seamless 2.0 V-neck sports bra, and this color is called Baked Maroon Marl. To me, it's more of a burgundy, like a really rich red, not really too maroon. Maroon is more brown for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And like, it's a really pretty color for sure. This sports bra is like a little pricey for what it is. Like even, yeah, so it wasn't super discounted, but still, like, even with a small discount, it's a little pricey. I still want to try. Gymshark usually has free returns, so, you know, there's no harm in trying something and deciding you don't like it. But I did like the shape of it. I thought it would be quite flattering with this nice deep V. We have removable cup pads in here as well. Gymshark logo there. More Gymshark logos this time. Gymshark logo here in the back as well. And you do have, like, not super thick straps, but they're also not, like, spaghetti thin in the front at least. And in the back, you do have the spaghetti thin straps, and then you actually do have adjustability here as well. So you can adjust the straps. And, oh, see, I didn't really see this until now. You can actually take the strap out here, and then I guess you could kind of crisscross them. So, yeah, there's a bit more flexibility with what you can do with these straps. I never really liked the plastic rings. It kind of makes it sound like it's, when you move, I don't like the sound. But yeah, so that's something they could maybe improve. Otherwise, we do have this ribbed band underneath, and we do have some detailing here as well, like the Vital Seamless 2.0 always has. You have like some dots, just to kind of give you some detailing here, and yeah, it feels nice. I like the Vital Seamless fabric always. It's like very lightweight, like super soft, stretchy, and yeah, it's also a pretty color, so let's see it on. Alright, here we have the Vital Seamless items. Let's talk about this bra. So this bra is new to me. I've definitely tried other Vital Seamless stuff before, and I always kind of like the fabric a lot because it's very stretchy, very lightweight. But yeah, this bra is new, and I was just intrigued. I just wanted to try it. This is, to me, this color is more like kind of wine red burgundy than maroon, because for me maroon is more of a brown tone. But anyway, let's talk about the bra. So it's like a deep V here, and I like the shape of it. And then we have the thick straps, and then in the back you actually do have adjustable straps, so you can still adjust them. Gymshark logo here and Gymshark logo there. It's a little bit long line, but like not a lot, and definitely gives you like a little bit of a cleavage situation, which for me with my small chest, I don't mind. You know, I always like a little bit of a moment there. Support wise, it's more of a light support, I would say. And also when I put it on, you have plastic here, and the plastic just creaks. So like they have put a plastic ring there to go with the adjustability of the straps. And yeah, the creaking of the plastic is just like, eh. And the fact, because the sports bra, even on sale when I got it, wasn't too super discounted, but it was like still kind of pricey, you know, for the fact that I don't want to hear plastic creaking. I spent this much money on a sports bra, if that makes sense. Like, otherwise I have nothing against it other than it's kind of overpriced. And I guess it's like a little overpriced because it is the Vital Seamless line and people like it. But yeah, still, that's too expensive for what it is. Otherwise, we always have this Vital Seamless detailing. So you have like a little bit of like this dotted situation for the detailing here to just accentuate a little bit. And I mean, the back is very, very simple, right? Like there's not much. I appreciate that the straps are adjustable, but yeah, the creaking is just like, huh. And I think the shape is nice, something different than their normal like sports bras. So it's cute, but yeah, definitely a little overpriced. And of course, I had to have a matching set again. So here are the Vital Seamless 2.0 leggings. And again, Baked Maroon Marl is the color. It's really, really pretty. And as I've mentioned already with the sports bra, I do love the Vital Seamless 2.0 fabric. It's super stretchy, very lightweight. It's not as thick as like the Adapt Animal or Adapt Marl, for example. It's definitely like super comfy to wear. And then you again have this dot print So here, for example, you'd have it across your leg, across the thigh, and then you have it very extensively on the lower leg. And kind of on the inside, you can kind of feel the structure of it. So you can see how it's like definitely visible on the inside because of how it's stitched and how it's made. We of course have no front seam here, a Gymshark logo there, and this time we also do have one on the calf. So at the lower calf, basically in the back. And yeah, there's detailing also even on the waistband to kind of like cinch it in a little bit. And then again, in the back here, we don't really have any glute detailing. We do have the fake back seam here. And then at least you have like some of this, these dots kind of like trying to accentuate under the butt. So you kind of get like a lift from that. But then like, it's just kind of on top of the fabric. It's not really like tighter there or anything, so it's not going to squeeze you in. I don't really like that anyway, so I'm quite happy about it. And yeah, I think the dots are always nice. It's very fun. I like how it's like basically like just a subtle print, a subtle accents, and the color is very pretty. And as I mentioned already, this is more lightweight, more soft seamless. So let's see it on. All right, onto these leggings. I think I've reviewed them a few times before, not in this particular color, but I've definitely tried them on before. But sometimes, you know, they bring out some colors where I'm like, I like this color. And this one definitely, Vital Seamless 2.0, is always like very lightweight, very stretchy, very comfortable. So again, they feel very comfortable. They feel very nice. You get still a good amount of compression here in the waistband, not as much like in the lower tummy area as up here, but still, you know, it's fine. And it's a nice thick ribbed band here as well, no front seam obviously. And we do have this dotted detailing all over the legs here. And in the back, you have like a fake back seam, but it's not too much contouring for the glutes. So just be aware of that in case that's what you're interested in. There's like a little bit coming in here, but it's not like super in your face. For glute separation in general. Lengthwise, it's kind of a 7/8 length, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, it's like super stretchy. The fabric is nice and soft. I have nothing to complain about with this fabric. They are maybe not the warmest for winter, but you know, if you don't necessarily work out outside, that's gonna be fine, right? And I think the color is super pretty. Yeah, got nothing else to say about these. They're standard. You can always just take the same size. And yeah, I think the only thing to be aware of is in lighter colors, they're not that squat proof. We'll see how this color will do though in the squat tests. All right, and then we had new things in the Adapt Animal Seamless department, and some of it looked a little wild, a little different, new, so I kind of had to try something there as well. And we're going to start off with this crop tank. So this is the Adapt Animal Seamless crop tank in Reef Soft Lilac. So the animal print, to me, like it kind of looks like a leopard print. The big ones at least, but I think it's supposed to be a reef apparently. And we do have like different sizes of the print. So here in the front it's like very small, and you can also see how in the back it's small, and then it's like the big print here. And I think the leggings do have another level of it, but on the top we apparently only have these two. You have like a scoop neck, and then it's just like very long. Removable cup pads as well, and they're like built in, so it's not really like you don't have a shelf bar or something. It's just like the cup pads are built in, and then you know that's the top and stuff. And in the back, that's kind of what I thought was interesting and definitely very new. We have like an open back and then this crisscross situation with the strings here. So you can't adjust the strings. They're kind of sewn in there, but they are elastic. So it's not really like they're going to cut in too much or anything. And yeah, otherwise it's like, I mean, it's not really a racer bag, right? But it's different. I appreciate that they did something different. I'm definitely not 100% sure on this print and on like this top itself. And also Gymshark logo again, just a small one here in the front, and that's it. There's nothing in the back. Like, they're getting better logos apparently. They also did have like this in, so this is soft lilac now, but they also had it in a teal color, and I always have a hard time deciding between the teal and the soft, this kind of like lavender color. I remember they had like, when they had the Adapt Animal like butterfly, I think was what it was called. They also had a teal and the lavender, and I also had a hard time deciding which one I wanted to try. But yeah, here I went for the soft lilac, and let's see it on. All right, full on purple bodysuit, no, but yeah, if I stretch a little bit, you know, you can see that there's a little bit of skin showing. Yeah, I just kind of had to try something from the new Animal Seamless line, and in my opinion, this top is too long. Like, especially paired with the leggings, I don't think it works. But that's just my own personal opinion. I also do have a longer torso, so just imagine this on like someone with a shorter torso. You know, I think it's definitely a little long and a little too compressive. Like, my boobs just get flattened. Yes, I don't have big boobs, but you know, it's just like, so just be aware of that. We have thick straps here, very long. They have like different sizes of the print on the whole pieces. You can see on the leggings currently have the big print, and this is the very small one. There's also something in between. And in the bag, we have the highlight of the whole thing. You have the big print, but you also have like this crisscross strap situation, which is what I liked about this top. That was something different. But yeah, all in all, I think it's a little bit too compressive. And this actually also cuts in a little bit. So here the hem of the top on this side, kind of, I can feel it cutting in. I don't know, maybe I should have sized up, but then again, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I would just fall out if I did that. But yeah, I think it's too long. It's just a weird fit. I don't know. Not my favorite for sure. I think the color is pretty. I'm not sure what I think about the print either. Yes, I know I'm not a big animal print friend anyway, but still, like, it's, you know, it's weird. I do like the back crisscross detail though, so that's my favorite thing about this. And I don't like how it feels underneath the arms. So I would suggest to size up, especially if you have big boobs. Like, you're not gonna get this over your boobs anyway. Like, I struggle getting this over my small boobs. So yeah, for sure, size up if you are interested in this and you have a bigger chest. And also, you know, because just be aware, it's kind of tight and this cuts in, so not my favorite. All right, again, of course, we had to complete the set, and here are the Adapt Animal Seamless Leggings in Reef Soft Lilac. And as promised, we have like different levels of sizes for the print. In the front, you see mainly the bigger one, and then on the sides, you can kind of see how there's like a little bit of a smaller situation going on. In the waistband, also, you have a little bit of a bigger one, and then on the side a little bit smaller. Just the Gymshark logo here, and that's about it. No front seam, obviously, because these are, you know, a seamless legging. And yeah, the back is where it goes a little wild, okay? Get ready. This is what we are dealing with. Of course, we can't go without the signature Gymshark booty scrunch when we do Gymshark review, right? So there we go. That little butthole on the leggings that doesn't do anything, doesn't move, is very unflexible, just like sitting there right on top. Definitely not gonna give me glute separation. And right there, we also do have the biggest version of the print, just to like really draw attention to that area. Like, I'm not really sure about this, okay? Like, I feel like this whole thing is already drawing attention to it, and then you just make the print like is so big and everything else kind of smaller around it. You can also kind of see that we basically have detailing because we have like the smaller print going around this area, and exactly right where your butt is, you just have the biggest version of the print. Like, honestly, I think it's a little much. just a little bit, you know, a little bit too much for me. But I'll try it on. I made this choice. Fabric wise, again, more similar to the bright orange set we saw because they're both adapt fabric, so it's more knitted, more heavy, a little bit less soft than the Vital Seamless, and still stretchy, but remember that booty scrunch is not going to be stretchy at all. Yeah, let's see it on. Alright, what is the Gymshark haul without the booty scrunch leggings, right? But like, this is just like so extreme. I don't know. I mean, obviously, as always, the scrunch does not go into the crack, but also the fact that we have like the different sizes of print here. It's just like, I don't know, it's just making this area look like just like the focus of everything. Because you have the big print here, tiny one there, like semi-big, like, I don't know. It's just a little much, you know? So I'm just gonna roll up this top a little bit so we can talk about the leggings. So it's a very thick fabric, it's very structured as well, so kind of like a little bit knitted. That's what it feels like, not the most stretchy and not the most comfortable in a way. And we do have a high waist. I do feel like it's not as compressive as the other waistbands we've seen, and you know, it's just not my favorite. And no front seam, obviously. And then yeah, we have all this like small print, big print detailing all over these leggings. So it's a leopard print, which you can see when you look at the big print. But, or is it even leopard? I really don't know. But yeah, it just changes throughout. And then in the back with the scrunch that doesn't move, just sits there like a little butthole, you know, and then you have detailing around there. So yeah, lengthwise, a little bit shorter than a 7/8 on me as well, just like some of the other leggings we've already seen. And yeah, all in all, just not my favorite. Like, I think there's a lot going on here. And I think they had better animal seamless launches than this one. So yeah, not my favorite. Can't say I like this one. And I think I'm gonna send this back. All right, so we do have one more seamless legging left, and this one is the Pause seamless leggings. Oh, this way around. And I kind of just wanted to try them. Instagram kept advertising them to me in a nice green color. Obviously, the nice green color was not available when I was trying to buy them. So I have them in black. And these are supposed to be like more of a rest day, like chill lounge seamless legging. They're not super entirely seamless because they do have like a hard seam here at the waistband. And they also do have a hard seam here in the back between the cheeks. Or is it? No, that's actually also just a fake seam. Okay. Never mind, there's a fake seam there. And these ones have like this kind of like waffle structure, and they're super stretchy. So like very, very stretchy, very soft as well. Definitely more soft one for Gymshark here. You can also feel the waffle texture on the inside, but it's kind of cozy. I always like everything in waffle texture. It's like really, really nice. Feels just very comfortable on the skin. And yeah, I mean, I just wanted to try them. Wanted to see if they're really cozy, if they're good for lounging, you know, for chilling, maybe some yoga or something. So yeah, they don't look super high-waisted, to be fair, because the waistband is just much, much shorter than it is on most of the other seamless leggings we just saw so far. And interestingly enough, also the waffle structure doesn't start until like a little bit lower. So you have the waistband, here's the seam with the waistband, no waffle structure, and then the waffle structure starts. So I don't really get that, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see this one on. All right, onto these paws leggings. So yeah, I would have liked to try them on in a different color than black, but I will say they are insanely stretchy. Like, there's like so much stretch in them. So I kind of wish I would have sized down, just because, I mean, yes, I do like a little bit more compression, but I still feel like the small would have been very, very comfortable, and like I wouldn't have worried about them sliding down on me, because that's what's kind of happening now. Because we just have like a band here. It's not like a thick ripped waistband or something. It's just like a band, a fabric band, and it's not really giving me that much compression. They're high-waisted enough. There's not really any detailing going on, except for like the structure of the fabric that I probably showed you already. And the structure makes it so stretchy. It's basically like a ribbed fabric, but since it's like kind of squares, it's like stretching all the directions. And one thing I also don't like as much is that the at the hem here, you can see it's like longer in the front than it is in the back. And I just don't get that, you know? It's just not my thing, but that's fine. Otherwise, I will say that these really feel like super stretchy, super comfortable. Yeah, definitely not like a workout legging, more of a relaxed, chill, yoga legging, something like that, you know? And yeah, just be aware you won't get compression. If you're in between, I would for sure say you could size down in these. And then they might also not slide down on you. Yeah, because I feel like that's what's happening for me. Kind of want them a little bit higher, and then they're just like wiggle their way down a little bit. But yeah, super stretchy, super comfy. I've never tried anything like this from Gymshark. And yeah, they advertised this on the web the whole time. And then I go to the website and most of the sizes and most of the colors are sold out. So black was the only thing left. And I'm like, thanks. Now I wanted to try, you know, but yeah. I think they're super stretchy, super comfy. So I for sure might try these again if they come back in different colors. All right, we're done with the seamless items. Let's move on to the non-seamless items. I know I was trying to come up with something more exciting, but yeah, let's just stick with non-seamless items. And I want to start off with this sports bra. So this is the Power Sports Bra in black print. So it's like a black and gray kind of like abstract print. And this one, this fabric feels so soft. So the first, like when I unpacked this, I was like, ooh, okay. Because so nice and soft, like really soft. So like that's a big plus. We do have like, it's a little bit more of a lower cut here with a V, and then you have like these extra straps here to accentuate your boobs a little or something, I don't know. Thin straps that are not adjustable. And in the back, we do have a racer back, and this is like just a bit of mesh that's kind of put in here. It's double layered as well. And yeah, you have an elastic underneath the chest. You have removable cup pads. We do have some ruching here, and the ruching is a little bit elastic as well. And yeah, it's just like a very basic sports bra. Black goes with anything. This black abstract print is also going to go with anything. So yeah, I don't expect it to be super high support or anything, but it's going to be cozy, hopefully. And like I said, the fabric just feels really nice and soft. So that's a big plus. Let's see it on. All right, I know a very black outfit is not my thing usually, but here we go. Let's talk about the sports bra. So when I first took it out of the package, I was like, oh my God, this feels so soft. And, you know, I wasn't sure about the print, but I think it's kind of nice. It's very like not too much in your face, kind of basic. I will say these straps are a little loose because I assume they expect people to have bigger boobs. I don't know what they were thinking. And we have a little bit of a cleavage situation. Removable cup pads. It's more of a true length sports bra because it's like very short and you have the elastic in here. And then we do have thin straps here
And then in the back, just a simple racer bag. So I feel like they didn't have to put fabric in here. You know, it would be nicer with just like a little bit of strappiness or something. But that's okay. But yeah, more of a, you know, true length sports bra. Definitely not very supportive. More of a light support. I feel like here I would have wished for adjustable straps, you know, because just I feel like I could get a little bit more of a lift if the straps were adjustable. But what can you do? It's just the way it is. But yeah, I thought it was very, like, it feels very nice, very, very soft. But it's like nothing too special, let's say that. But definitely I think like the softest fabric I felt from Gymshark. So that's something, right?
Alright, I also recently saw Gymshark coming out with some like more unexpected items. Or unexpected as in I didn't expect them to have something like this. And I'm talking about this interesting marble kind of print situation. This is the Elevate Longline Sportswear in Salmon Brown Spray Dye. And yeah, I just didn't expect them to have something like that. So I kind of wanted to try it. Right off the bat, I expected the fabric to be something very different. So the fabric itself is like, I don't know, it's like a little bit louder, a little bit more sleek, a little bit more stiff than I expected. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna be feeling nice on the body. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be hugging and like, you know, accentuating. It feels like it's gonna just, I don't know, be like just be stiff and awkward, which is unfortunate because I kind of thought the sports bra kind of had a cute shape. We do have a V here. We do have some seam detailing. It's long lines, so you do have this whole bit of fabric there. Removable cup pads, thin straps, again non-adjustable, but they have like this cute crisscross situation here in the back as well. And again in the front we do have some ruching. Gymshark does seem to like that. And that's elastic. And I just want to point out, this is the second sports bra already that has this elastic ruching. And they know how to do an elastic scrunch. They know how to do it because they can do it on the sports bras. But then with the leggings, we do have that awkward butthole fit situation that doesn't move at all. And it's just stiff and just sits there. So that's weird to me, okay? Like, I kind of want this on a legging. I don't want that butthole thing just sitting there. Why? Anyway, I think the print is very cute. Of course, like, it's been done before. This kind of reminded me of some pop flags that I got a long time ago. I'll link that video up here for you because I think it was one of her first YouTube videos. Because I think that like they called the Marvel collection or something maybe, and they had like some blue and like purples, and it looked very similar. It has a similar vibe, but the fabric was so much nicer actually than this. So yeah, I'm very disappointed with the fabric. Gymshark logo again, just very small, and also with the Marvel print, it kind of just disappears, right? And that's kind of it. And we do have some ruching also here in the back, by the way. I don't know why, but it's there. Interesting. Anyway, let's see this on. Alright, something different from Gymshark, and of course I had to try it, but yeah, I'm not convinced. Just gonna tell you that right at the beginning. I do like the style of the bra, that we have like a little bit of a scrunch situation here, and this time it's a more elastic scrunch. They could use that on some of the leggings, huh? They know how it works apparently. We have a little bit more of a scoop neck here, just thin spaghetti straps. It's a longline sports bra, so you do have just a band underneath here, and then just like a bit of fabric there. And in the back, it's a little bit strappy, but not too much. And the logo kind of disappears on this print, right? Like, it's not super obvious. I always like that. I don't like obvious logos. Or like too much logoing, like Gymshark sometimes likes to do. But yeah, so I will say the fabric is like very stiff, not very like form-fitting, not very like hugging or anything. It's very loud as well, which I think is more of a problem for the leggings, but yeah, it's just like stiff and just not what I would have expected. I would have expected like a little bit more soft, a little bit more just better, you know? They've been doing activewear for so long, like I don't know. It looked great in theory, but like in practice, not my favorite. Support-wise, I would say it's a light to medium support, so at least you got something there, but it's also very low. So if you want a little bit more coverage, this also wouldn't work for you. For me, it's fine personally. And like I said, I like this little scrunch detailing, but the fabric itself kind of like makes me not like everything in this fabric. So yeah. And of course, we have to complement the set. Here are the Element leggings in salmon brown spray dye. So again, fabric feels the same, just like kind of stiff, too loud. Like it's just very loud. But yeah, it feels too stiff, like it's not gonna hug my body like I want to. It feels like when I put this on, this is gonna feel like a, you know, not like I wouldn't feel like one with the leggings. Like it wouldn't feel like they belong to me or on my body or something. And that's kind of what I want from leggings. I don't want to feel them, you know? Or if I do feel them, I still want it to feel nice and comfortable and like I'm hugged. And this fabric is not going to give me this. I already know. Anyway, high-waisted here. We have no front seam. You do have like a slight V here in the front to kind of give you a little bit more compression in the lower belly area. We have a seam all the way down the leg on the side. Kind of like unnecessary, I think. But whatever. And then in the back, it's just like straight across seams. Like this is your chance to give us some V glute detailing, to give us something else. But no, they give us straight across seams. And also what I find so weird is like this waistband looks so wide in the front, and then in the back it's just like super short. Like I guess maybe they were trying to like make it look like, you know, like not cutting off your glutes or something, but just give us a V glute detailing. You know how to do a V. Like this has a slight V. Why can't we have that here? Like that was just like a little disappointing. You know, it just looks so square. I don't know. Anyway, let's see it on. All right, onto these leggings. Again, in theory, I thought these could be nice, but the material is just like so stiff, very loud. Like I don't know if you can hear it, but like it's a very loud fabric for sure. We have a high waist, no top seam. There's a little bit of like gaping here, but I wouldn't want to have size down, you know. We don't have a front seam here at least. And then you just have like this seam going all the way down, shorter than 7/8 length as well. So not the greatest in terms of length. And then just straight across seams here in the back. So no glute detailing, nothing really to enhance anything. And yeah, just like very loud, very stiff fabric, not super comfortable. I also don't get like, it's not like you get like great compression in place. It's just like, just stiff. It's just there. And yes, it's probably going to be great for like sweat wicking, but like it's going to slide down a little on me. It's not going to fit great. I'll have to pull it up again. And yeah, it's just so stiff. So really, I expected so much more from this. But what can you do, huh? All right, next up we have the mineral print leggings and the color Rosewood Red. And I was kind of excited when I saw them and when I unpacked them because they also feel very, very soft. Remember that black print sports bra that felt so soft? This also feels really nice and soft. This print kind of reminds me of a terrazzo print. So it's not like, it's kind of not camo, but like it's still very like abstract. You can kind of pair a lot of different colors with this because you have a lot of different colors appearing in this print. But yeah, it feels just very, very soft, kind of sleek. So it's not brushed, but it's still like soft, but yeah, very, very sleek. Much quieter though than the marble leggings that we just saw. No front seam on these. I just had to make sure that I don't say anything wrong. We have the Gymshark logo here. And then in the bag, lo and behold, more Gymshark logo, but also we do have slightly curved glute seams. Like they can do it. why don't you use your abilities to do things like this on everything? I just don't get it. Yeah, but we have slightly curved loose seams there. And we also do have a top seam. I personally don't mind a top seam too much, especially on more sleek fabric, since it's helping me keeping things up and like making the leggings stay put. But, you know, if you don't like that, maybe that's not your thing. And that's kind of it. So there's like no other seams on the side. It's a very simple pair of leggings otherwise. And yeah, feels super soft, super cozy for sure. And let's see it on.
Alright, I was really hopeful about these leggings because they looked so fun. But they're just like ill-fitting so many places. Like, how? Because like the fabric felt really nice, like more of a sleek soft, but still soft. But yeah, now that I have them on, they're very compressive around here and they're like way too loose. Like here, it's just like they're gonna snap down any moment back here. And they're also super short, like kind of bordering, getting there, getting to a capri length, you know? But let's talk about them at first. I mean, we've been talking about them the entire time, but yeah, just the basics. No front seam on these. We do have a top seam, so theoretically they should be staying up nicely. They are like just a little bit too low on the way for my liking. And then we have the V in the back here for some glute detailing, which I actually do like. And then that's kind of it in terms of detailing. But like I said, the length, it's just like in how it fits. I really do like the color and the print on it is like kind of like a terrazzo print. But yeah, I just no. It's just, like I said, compressive here, way too big here. It's just, they just don't fit great. And like, I feel like they're just gonna fall down on me, but like only until here, because that's where it's compressive, you know? So yeah, I really expected more from this. And I was kind of sad because, you know, yeah, I kind of like these. But if you're short and you have a different body type than me, maybe these could work for you.
Alright, next up, it was mainly the color that got me. Not really the legging itself, but these are the speed leggings in Moonstone Blue. And yeah, Moonstone Blue is a very, very pretty blue. It's like a light baby blue, maybe with a slight periwinkle touch, but not too much, but just a little bit. And the color is beautiful. The fabric already feels kind of cheap. Just saying. I'm already kind of skeptical about the fabric. We do have a front seam on these, so they're also very different from anything we've seen so far. We do have drawstrings, but on the inside, which I don't really get too much, but whatever, that's fine. And then there's just a lot of seams and a lot of layers going on here in the waistband, and I think it's just gonna be a little bulky. In the back also we do have Gymshark logoing that looks different than what we've seen before. There's a tiny pocket here in the back of the waistband that you can put like things in. Oh, sorry, it's not tiny, it's actually quite big. Like this whole thing is a pocket, but you have 3 holes to get there. There, there, and there. And maybe this is why it's very bulky there. And I'm never too much of a fan of these kind of pockets because, especially now with like this being like so accessible, things are gonna fall out. And yeah, it just makes things bulky in the waistband. And if I'm gonna work out, I kind of don't want to have anything right on me because it might be uncomfortable depending on what you're doing. Yeah, not too convinced yet. And then we have like weird black things just like on the side. So there's like a side seam going down the whole leg, and then you just have like this black stuff on there. on either side, so I don't really get that. And of course in the back, I mean, just straight across seams, because why would we do anything else, right? Yeah, so the fabric doesn't feel convincing. Another Gymshark logo down there, by the way. The whole drawstring on the inside situation is a little weird. It's very bulky here with the big pocket in the back. But like I said, the color is what got me, so let's see if I can overcome the other things, or if I'm just gonna send this back.
Alright, so if you put a drawstring on a pair of leggings, you should put them on the outside, because if you put them on the inside, I have to put it back in, and then since the legging is tight fitting, it's gonna form like a bulge, right? So I really don't get the part of the drawstring on the inside, especially because it has the Gymshark logo all over it. Like, no one's gonna see it that way, you know? Weird. But it's this. I do like the color a lot, though. I will say that that's what drew me towards these. But yeah, it's kind of just weird. Like, there's no compression at all on this top part. Then you have the drawstring that gives you a little like, and then there's nothing again in this waistband. Like, this legging is not very compressive at all. We have a front seam, I don't feel it, at least, that's also good. And then you have like this, just a little bit of detailing there, which is weird. Gymshark logo down there. Length is like 7/8 length, and it's a little wide around my ankles, which I really don't like. We have no pockets on these, like just this weird black detailing. And yeah, I don't know. And then we also have the weird black detailing up here. I really don't get it. It's just weird. Also, the fabric feels like super cheap. It's very light and not like soft at all or anything. It just like feels like cheap legging material. And it just feels like they made these leggings were like, oh shit, they don't fit great. So let's just put a drawstring there so people can adjust the fit. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Because I don't know. Like, I feel like you could just go to the grocery store or like to a Walmart or something and get like a similar pair of leggings. The color is great though, but it's kind of the only thing that speaks for them. Yeah. Not convinced. I was not convinced the first time I started putting them on. When I had them around my ankles, I was like, what is this? So yeah.
All right, and then we have one more pair of leggings left. This kind of was a shot in the dark. These were not super expensive, and it's just, you know, sometimes I like crazy things, so I just kind of wanted to try it. These are the sport leggings in orange print. I know these are wild, okay? I know they're wild. We do have a top seam. Like, the whole seaming situation on these leggings is just very weird, but yeah, we do have a top seam. We do have no front seam on these, and then like the print is orange and purple as well, so it's kind of like a little bit of a trigger print or something. We do have some pockets here, and there's like mesh. It's like more sporty mesh there, and then you have the sporty mesh going all the way down the leg, so it's definitely going to be very breathable. And you also do have that happening on the other side with a pocket, and then there you have like your big Gymshark logo on that mesh part around your calf. And then in the back we do have a rainbow glute seam here, but like no obvious seam up top here. So like there's yeah, I don't know. So we start a cross seam here in the front, and then in the back you just have the round seam, but not like an extra seam that just goes straight across here. So that's interesting. The fabric itself feels sleek and soft, so kind of like the rosewood red colored kind of terrazzo print leggings. The fabric feels very, very similar. Just the print is a little more crazy. The color combination itself also kind of crazy, right? The purple and the orange. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Belt loops? I don't know. I'm confused, and yeah, I don't really want to talk about these too much. I think we just need to see them on.
All right, these leggings were just a shot in the dark, just to see, you know. The sportswear was unfortunately already sold out for these, and I just discovered another feature that I really have no idea why it's there. Like, do you see this? This is like belt hoops, hooks, whatever. But if so, there's only these two. Please help. What are these for? Or is it just like so you can do this and just stand there like this? I'm puzzled. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, we do have a top seam here. No front seam on these, and then on the side, it just gets really wild because we have a mesh pocket. It's very tight. I'm not even sure if my phone would fit this. Oh my god. Oof, nope. Can't fit my phone in there. And then the mesh just continues on all the way down with a massive Gymshark on your calf. And then it's too wide around the ankles. And did you see the length? Too short. But I like how the mesh matches this top. But yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this pair of leggings. The fabric feels really nice and soft. Like, I wish they had used that on the kind of watercolor situation. And it feels also a little bit more body hugging, but I have too much space around here. Like, these are gonna really fall down on me, especially in the bag. And they're just too short. I don't know what's going on. I also feel like I get a saggy crotch. I kind of want to pull them a lot higher still. And yeah, there's just like nothing there. Even though there's a top seam, nothing there to really hold them up. So these were shot in the dark and definitely not great, unfortunately. They could have been fun, you know. I know it's a little wild, but I like wild things sometimes. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot for sure. Oh, we also do have the rainbow glute contour, which is a little bit more than they do on some other leggings. So, you know, there's something going on with the contrasting like purple stitching. But yeah, all in all, too short, don't fit. And what are these?
All right, now we're completely done with the leggings, so let's move on to some tops that we have left. And this is the Power Open Back Crop Tank in black. So this is just like a cropped tank top, very, very simple, soft, and like kind of like stretchy, feels like very sweat wicking, kind of sleek. Gymshark logo here in the front, and then just the lower scoop neck, and in the back is where the action happens. It's where you have the open back situation, so you can kind of show off your strappy sports bra or non-strappy sports bra and just your back basically. So depending on what you're wearing underneath, it's kind of overlapping here. And it looks like, you know, like a not super wide fit, more of a tighter fit. And we do have like a seam on the bottom here. And that's kind of like keeping the overlapping things together as well. But yeah, like nothing super special about this. I accidentally added this to my cart twice apparently. So, I mean, if it's good, I could keep a second one. If it's not, then I'll just send both of them back, I guess. But yeah, let's see it on.
All right, here we have this cute little crop top in case you don't feel super comfortable just with a sports bra. You can put this on top of your sports bra and just still be a little exposed, but not as much. We still have like a nice deep scoop neck here. So you could wear like a lower lined bra, just get a little bit more coverage, but still get a little bit of, cleavage action. It's quite short, I would say. So my sports bra currently ends here, but if you wear a more long line sports bra, it might peep out a little even. And then it gets a little bit longer in the back. And then we also do have this little cutout moment there. So a little bit of like a keyhole peekaboo situation. And then depending on how strappy the sports bras you wear in the back, you might be able to see it here. Or like in this case, you can kind of just see the band from the sports bra that I'm currently wearing. So I think it's a cute little top, but I kind of imagine it to be like a little bit less form-fitting. I don't know, maybe a little bit longer. Because yeah, this way it's like barely more covering than my sports bra. You also do get a little bit more shoulder coverage if that's what you're looking for. I don't know. Otherwise, I would say the fabric is quite like soft, you know, it's still stretchy enough. And it certainly feels like nice. We have a little bit of a Gymshark logo, of course, as well. And yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just like, you know, a little bit of a thing to throw over if you're not like feeling 100% confident. But yeah, it's not going to cover you much more.
All right, then we have the Adapt Animal Seamless t-shirt, also in Reef Soft Lilac, but to be honest, the color looks a little bit more gray than the soft lilac we saw before on the Adapt Animal Seamless pieces. So I don't know, we'll compare them. I'll pair it together with the leggings to see. This is just like a normal oversized like boyfriend tee. Like there's nothing super special about it other than that it's kind of steep in terms of price point. But the fact that it's just a normal t-shirt. I got this in a size small, but you can easily just size up a few more sizes if you want, depending what kind of fit you want, or size down if you want a more tighter, like smaller fit. So yeah, there's not really, you know, anything super special about this. It's a little stretchy. It's definitely more of it's not like a cotton fabric, it's more of a structured, like more polyester type of fabric. Let me check what it says. What are you made of? Oh, up here. So it's polyamide and polyester. So yeah, nothing cottony here, just like very, like, still like, I would say this is more sweat wicking, more sporty material. So like kind of like, I don't know, in PE class we had these like things we had to put on sometimes, the vests to distinguish different teams or something, and it kind of feels a little bit like that fabric. So it's not like the comfiest, the coziest, but it's not the worst. It's just there. But for the price point, I think it's a little steep, but let's see it on.
All right, we got a matching t-shirt, and I feel like I should have probably gotten a medium or something, because of course around my hips it's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. It also works like this, or if you tie it, because it's a little bit stretchy, you can just wear it. Okay, that's too complicated with a knot right now. It's too much fabric. Anyway, you know what I mean. I will say though that I kind of imagined the colors to match a little better, because these are both supposed to be soft lilac colors. And I understand that different fabrics show the colors in a different way, but this is like a big difference, right? Like you have this versus this, I don't know. This looks much grayer, much darker to me than this does. So I'm not 100% happy with how they match. But of course, I mean, you don't necessarily have to match this t-shirt to the leggings, basically. Otherwise, the fabric is obviously like very, very different. It's still structured, so you can still kind of feel the structure like you can on the seamless items as well. We do have a hem here at the bottom. You have like a little bit longer sleeves and then the Gymshark logo there. And in the back is also just very simple, not much going on. So it's like really just like a cover up, a more relaxed fit. And you just have like this scoop neck here up there, and you know, not exposing anything. So if that's more your style, then they have these t-shirts. But yeah, just be aware the colors really don't match that well. This is way more gray. The print matches, but throughout the t-shirt, the print does not change at all. Like, so what I mean with the changing is, right here we have like big and small and medium small, but here it's just like the small print. So you don't have like the same detailing that you have on the seamless items as you do have on the t-shirt here. So there's definitely a difference. And I mean, it feels like a little bit more cool to the touch, and definitely knitted and feels comfortable. But again, like not my favorite material, you know. So don't necessarily need this. Not like, oh my God, I love this t-shirt so much. It's like, it's a t-shirt. It's okay.
All right, next up I have the Power Cropped Zip Hoodie in Cherry Brown. Again, this looks more like a deep burgundy to me than a brown, but they call it Cherry Brown, so, you know, it's a mix of both, I guess. And this one I got in a size small as well. I think this one also is the thing you could size up in if you wanted to have like a more oversized look. We do have a full-on zipper here all the way down. We do have the hood and no drawstrings on the hood, so just keep that in mind. We do have long arms, some cuffs here at the bottom, and then you have your kangaroo pockets on either side as well. And there's nothing in the back, so it's like super simple. Nothing. It's definitely more cropped length because we do also have like it's just not very long, you know. We do have like more of a cuff situation here at the bottom as well. And the inside is not super soft. It's like not the worst I've seen, but like it's more of like a normal sweatshirt inside material. And logo wise, I really don't see anything except for the little zipper here. That's all I can see right now in terms of Gymshark logoing. Like really, what's going on with Gymshark? Are they okay? What's happening? But yeah, it's a very pretty color. Nothing super special again. So let's just see it on. All right, here we have the Power Cropped Zip hoodie. And again, this color doesn't seem like a brown to me, but more like a, you know, burgundy, but you know, I don't care. As always, I did expect a little bit more. I'm not like, you know, it's just like a simple zip up hoodie. There's nothing too special about it. I think it's a nice length. Could have been a tad longer, but again, I have a longer torso, so that's fine. We do have the pockets here. They come up like a little bit high, but I understand. Like you have to kind of have the pockets somewhere if you want them. But yeah, they kind of like, I can touch my boobs from the inside of the pocket kind of. Zipper goes all the way up. And you have cuffs at the sleeves here. They're not too short or anything. And then you also do have the big hood here, which, you know, at least is nice. And yeah, obviously if you move, this might come up a little bit. We don't have drawstrings at the hood, so you just need to be okay with that. And I mean, I think it's a cool look. It's just like nothing super special. Also, yeah, with this one, the only place I could see the Gymshark logo was actually the zipper. Because I looked at it and I was like, where is it? Where is the logo? Because Gymshark is big with logos, but this one doesn't have any. But yeah, otherwise, I like the color. Not my favorite, but not so bad. All right, next up we have the Paws Zip Up jacket. This color is called Maya Blue, and it's more of a green for sure. So it's like this kind of like light green color, like a bit more mint, but also a little bit more gray than actual mint. And this one does have a ribbed texture. So it's kind of soft because it has this ribbed texture, also has a little bit on the inside. So it's not like fleece lined or anything, but like it's just soft. We don't really have these big ribbed cuffs, but like, I mean, they're ribbed because the whole fabric is ribbed. It's just smaller ribs. And we do have like a little bit of a mock neck. The zipper is also, again, the same color, so it matches with the color of the main fabric. And otherwise, we do have a little bit of a drawstring situation here at the bottom. No hood, by the way. No pockets either, but yeah, we have a drawstring situation here so you can kind of tighten it, kind of make it fit the way you want, because otherwise it's a little bit oversized again, even in my normal size small. And we do have a stitched in Gymshark logo this time, so it's tone and tone, not super obvious. And that's also kind of it for logoing. But yeah, it's like a little bit more of a heavy jacket, like it feels heavier than it looks, but it's because of the ribbed fabric, and the ribbed fabric really is nice and soft, so I'm expecting this to be kind of very cozy and comfortable to wear. And yeah, let's see it on. All right, here we have the Paws Zip Up jacket. And again, it is not blue. Why is it called Maya Blue? This is not blue. Don't confuse me. But yeah, we have like this ribbed fabric. It's actually quite nice and soft. So very stretchy as well. Cuffs at the bottom. And the sleeves are actually quite long. So you can have some longer arms. You can just, you know, pull them over your hands a little bit if you're a little bit chilly, but we don't have thumb holes here. No hood, but we have a full-on zip. No pockets either. And it's a little bit longer in the back than it is in the front. And it's very like, it's a very boxy fit. And I kind of want to be able to fold these flaps here over, but they just keep coming back up. Anyway, and then you can kind of like just cinch it up a lot. Because I think this is how they advertised it in their picture. Because I was like, what's going on there? I need to try. And I think that's just what they did.
So they cinch it up a lot, and then it kind of looks like a, still like a jacket. But this way, of course, you can't really open the jacket. So now it's more like a hoodie. I don't know. But yeah, it's like a longer crop length. Again, if you move a little bit your arms, things are gonna like poke out a little bit. It's not super warm, so it could be like just a nice cover up if you start your workout, or if you always like just a tad chilly in the gym. But yeah, I kind of missed pockets. And now that it's cinched up, you don't see that it's longer in the back than it is in the front. So you would only see that if you like keep it like this like more relaxed fit, which obviously you can also do. And then yeah, it just looks like a little bit more relaxed. And still, again, if you move your arms, your lower tummy might get exposed a little bit, but otherwise I think it's a nice length. Yeah, it's nice and stretchy, nice and comfortable. And I don't know, I just kind of miss like a few elements on this, but it's okay.
All right, next up we have the Rest Day Sweats Cropped Pullover in black core marl. And to be honest, to me this is a dark gray. It's not black, definitely not true black. We do have a stitched in Gymshark logo again, like we just had on that Maya blue green jacket. Some seam detailing here. And then the neck situation is a little weird. We have like a double like situation here, but it's not really like there's anything stitched in. It's just looks like you're wearing two things when you're just wearing one thing, and it's more of a higher kind of like mock neck situation. I never really like mock necks too much if I can't really adjust. If I have a zipper and I can choose to zip it up all the way and to have the mock neck, or I don't have to, I'm fine with it. But this way it's like, I don't know. Very big arms, so there it's definitely oversized, and we do have cuffs here as well. And then it's just very, very wide, but also very short. So definitely like a very boxy fit, oversized, but like short cropped. And the inside is just like not soft at all. The inside is very disappointing. It's like, it looks like your normal sweats like inside, but it's like super like rough and structured, and it's just like not what I want. It's not cozy. Like, I know that not everything has to be fleece lined, but I still expect everything I want to wear for like lounging and relaxing to be kind of soft on the inside. And this is not. Like, it's just rough on the inside. And it's just like, I don't really want to try this on, even because I know exactly I'm not going to keep it because of that. But let's see it on.
All right, let's talk about this big jumper. It's just like so not soft on the inside. Like, it's just this normal like sweatshirt inside, but also this cheap inside of the sweatshirt thing. Like, it's not soft at all. It's just not what I wanted, But Gymshark always does this to me. I'm like, oh my god, this looks so great, and then I put it on and it's just like, I feel kind of itchy, a little bit scratchy there. It's not soft, it's not comfortable, it's not cozy, what I wanted. Yeah, and I mean, here we are again. I could have known this was coming. I think it's a very boxy, oversized fit. I think the neck is a little bit too high for my liking as well. Like, it's really like more of a turtleneck at this point. Lengthwise, I think it's nice, but maybe a little short if you lift your arms, I think they could have maybe like, it could have been maybe a tad longer, but otherwise I like how oversized it is. I like how big the sleeves are and how long they are, and I like the cuffs on the sleeves. Not too tight. I can like kind of, pull them up a little bit and look in case I'm like getting too warm here. But otherwise, it's just not comfortable. It's not what I wanted, I mean, the gray is obviously just like a very normal color, right? It looks great with a pair of leggings, but yeah, neck is also too high. It makes you feel a little uncomfortable up here. And all in all, just not worth the money.
All right, we have one more item left. Just one more. And it is bright orange. Of course it is a fun color. This is the training oversized long sleeve tee in apricot orange. This was a cheap purchase, and I got this to match the crazy leggings, because look at the oranges. They work so well together. So yeah, and also because I like colors, and this is like a mesh long sleeve top. So it's like see-through for sure. You can kind of show off your sports bra a little. But it's like also like just a thin layer in case you're a little chilly, but not really. And you just want to have something to cover you up, you know? Then this is perfect. It's very long. It's way longer than what I'd wear, but you can definitely tie it, like, because there's so much fabric, so that shouldn't be a problem. And it's just like very fine mesh. So it's actually quite nice mesh. It's not like the sporty mesh, but it's like still like feels like durable. Like it's not gonna like immediately fall apart. It looks really, really nice. It feels really, really nice. And we do have more of a boat neck situation here. So very wide boat neck. It's definitely more oversized, very long sleeves. And yeah, then it's just like kind of could nearly be a dress. This is how long it is. We do have a Gymshark logo here on the chest, but that's kind of it from what I can tell. And yeah, I just think it's a fun color. Like, especially in summer. Let's say, like, you know, the mornings are still a little chilly. You just want to throw something over quickly. Then this is your thing, you know? And like I said, the color is very fun. So let's see it on.
All right, here we have the orange mesh top. It's like a very fine mesh. It's not like, you don't have like big holes in there or something. Very, very fine. It's gonna cover you a little bit at least. It's a fun color. It's very summery. The sleeves are very long. It's a little bit oversized up top here. So you have like this big cutout up top, and it's also very, very long. So you could theoretically like wear this as a mini dress if you wear something underneath it. So very, very long for sure. This, I would never wear something with this kind of length. So I for sure would tie this up here, knot it, and make it a little bit more cropped, you know, but you can have it like this. You can have it like I had it before, even more cropped. Or obviously, if you like a long shirt, then you can also wear it long if you want to be just a little bit more covered. But for sure, people will kind of see the sports bra through. Like you can see mine through right here and also in the back. But it's still like a cute, like a little more covering. And oops. And also, I mean, if you're like just a tiny bit chilly, you can just put this on, you'll be fine, right? And yeah, I mean, it's a fun color. It's a bit more summery. So maybe also a great piece in summer in case you're like just the tiniest bit chilly. But yeah.
All right, it's conclusion time. So yeah, I was a little underwhelmed by my Gymshark haul. I never really keep a lot of stuff when I order from Gymshark because since there's free returns, I can just like throw a few wild cards in there. But this was like a very low keep ratio for how many items I had. So what I'm gonna keep is the fun orange mesh top. I'm gonna keep the paws zip up, and I'm also gonna keep this super soft sports bra. But these are the only 3 items, and I did have a lot of pieces. So yeah, it's not really a great outcome, let's say that. But yeah, there's just like so many things I was like, you know. And then when you look at the actual price of items, like that Vital Seamless 2.0 V-neck sports bra, it's just like too expensive for what it is. And a lot of times I definitely feel that for their hoodies and their jackets. So this one was like on a good sale, but like a lot of them are just like not cheap at all, and they just don't feel that great. And it's, you know, it's like kind of So yeah, Gymshark is definitely not my favorite. My favorite Gymshark pieces are always like the Whitney Simmons collections. Like then I actually do keep pieces and actually do keep most of the items I order when I order from those collections. So I'm hoping we'll have another one coming soon. I'll link the videos for that here in case you don't know what that is or why they're better and stuff like that. But yeah, that's generally like my most purchased Gymshark items. And otherwise, I mean, I'm not a big seamless fan, and I've recently discovered a seamless legging that I really, really liked from the brand Able. And yeah, I'm just gonna stick with those. So the Gymshark has now convinced me as recent as, you know, yeah. It's just like there's nothing where I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing and best seamless ever and stuff like that. So yeah. If you're interested in my Able haul that I also did, I'll also link that video here for you in case you're looking for new seamless brands because you're also kind of underwhelmed by Gymshark and by what they're coming out with, but you love seamless, you need some new stuff, you can go check them out. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, underwhelming. From like the whole experience was underwhelming from the moment I placed my order and then I got it weeks later, basically a month later, and then, you know, the try on. And it's like, you know, it'll probably be a few more months until I do another one. That's for sure. It's not really calling my name too much. Let's be honest. It's just not. And that's fine. You know, I don't have to love everything. And I also don't always have to buy stuff or keep things. And, you know, that's absolutely okay. Maybe you're a big Gymshark fan, then that's great for you. And if you're not, if you're like me, that's also okay. You can let me know. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you have any feedback, any comments, any suggestions, you can leave them in the comment box down below. You can also DM me on Instagram, but be aware that I'll be way more likely to see your comments here on YouTube. So yeah, if you have any feedback, any suggestions, want any help, have any questions, just drop them down here and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it your thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, you can also subscribe to my channel so you can get notified about all the new upcoming videos, so you don't miss anything. We have a lot of fun things planned, and yeah, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching. This was, again, a not short video, but again, we had a lot of pieces, so you knew this was coming. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.